One of my most commonly asked questions is, what's the difference between setting a goal and setting an intention? Well, the difference is about 20 billion light years. So if you can handle a few minutes of explanation, it'll make a massive difference to you. You see, we get taught to set goals as if they are the end of the process. Now, you know the kind of thing I mean. Get your own house, lose 10 kilos, buy a new car, take a cruise to the Bahamas, spend more time with the kids, get married. There's basically an almost endless list of stuff that fits into the be more, do more, have more category. And there's nothing wrong with any of that stuff. In fact, there's a lot that's actually right with it. After all, success beats the crap out of failure. Being the slave instead of the master, that really sucks. At the same time, having goals and targets gives us one of the most important things a human can have, and that's a sense of direction, a purpose for our efforts, a result that is meaningful to us. Life without a meaningful bunch of challenges is a pretty ordinary kind of a deal. So off we trot with all the latest in terms of strategies, diaries, milestones, check marks, techniques, and even accountability buddies, and we make a bunch of our goals happen. Then we start wondering if we might have set the wrong targets because the happiness that we really wanted has failed to materialise. Well, I'm working with a guy at the moment who's absolutely nailed it at the goals level. He's just turned 50, he's got a great marriage, 2 amazing young adult kids, a couple of BMWs, a kick-ass boat, a significant sized property portfolio, and a house that looks like an English castle on several acres that's an easy commute from Melbourne. But he's working with me because he's miserable. The problem is that he was told that if he made it, he'd be happy. And according to the accepted wisdom, this guy should be ecstatic. But his first 2-hour session with me was peppered with him repeatedly saying that he must be stupid, that he somehow missed something, that everyone else has what he wants, that he must be the dumbest schmuck on the planet. You name it, he was abjectly miserable. Funny enough, he said he was happy enough when life was tough. While he was creating his wealth, while he was facing the daily battle to get his business established, while his kids needed his guidance and mentoring, while he was building the mansion, he was as happy as he can remember being. Once it all went on to maintenance mode, meaning the kids no longer needed the daily advice, the business started to run by itself, the marriage became a certainty, the house was finished, in other words, the challenge vanished, that's when he hit the brick wall that was always there waiting for him, just like it's waiting for you if reaching your goals is the full extent of your thinking. The sad truth is that this guy will be working with me for years because he's effectively a teenager stuck in a 50-year-old's body. What he did was set some pretty lofty goals without understanding that what he really needed to do was set an intention. So let's take a deep dive into that concept. The first thing to grasp is that goals are external and intentions are internal. So check this out. A boat is an object. Taking your kids fishing on the boat, that's an event. You can interpret how all that works out any way that you want to. Your view could be that going out on the boat results in sunburn, sweat, sand, and sunscreen all conspiring to get in your eyes at the same time. At that point, getting home, having a shower, and swimming in aloe vera gel, that becomes a new goal. Or your view could be that you always feel your best when your skin's covered in salt from a refreshing swim in the ocean. You look at those two differing views about boating and you can see why people say that the happiest day in a man's life is when he buys his boat and the second happiest is when he sells it. Everything is external and open to whatever interpretation you want to place on it. As I said, an intention is internal and very more than likely not subject to interpretation or change. So let's go back to that boat. What would your intention be regarding the boat? The chances are you'll talk to yourself about being relaxed, chilling out, catching a nice fish, or having a magical swim. Now, if that's your intention, you'll ignore the rain or the sun, and you'll have a great time regardless of whether you catch the fish or the water was a bit too cold to go swimming in. Obviously, your intention overcomes your circumstances. This gives it unbelievable power. Think about losing 10 kilos. That's a great goal, by the way. But it's likely that your intention is to have more energy, to sleep better, to play better with the kids, to feel strong and capable. There could be any number of intentions, but the main thing to understand is that nobody else sees them or knows about them unless you let them into your inner world. And that's why I say intentions are internal. They belong to you, and they can be had or experienced whether you reach the goal or not. That makes intentions the bomb, and goals, well, they're just the wick.